So I did a small OBE last night, and it's nothing that interesting. But I just wanted to say it, well, anyways, I'll try to make it quick. I came out backwards, and I couldn't see anything. I wasn't in the black void, which is like so blacker than black. It was like a vision problem. Almost like the same thing when you close your eyes and it's not totally black, but you know what I mean. And it was like that. And usually when I can't see anything and I'm just coming out, I usually like am cradled up like a baby in a fetal position that's like still in the womb. I don't know why, because I don't feel because I'm safe yet if I don't see anything. If I can't see with my astral eyes. And then I saw my room, and I was looking back at my bed where my physical body was laying down, and then I wanted to go look in the mirror, and because I got a big new mirror in the room, and when I looked in the mirror, I fixed my hair just a little bit because it looked like trash, and my hair was all the way tied back, and I was thinking, why is my hair tied back? Because I totally forgot that I tied it back before I did my meditation. So I was like, why is my hair tied back? Why? It should be down, but I totally forgot. But the weird thing is the way I looked exactly the same. I didn't look transparent or translucid or whatever that word is where you could kind of see through like a ghost, even though that's basically what you are when you're out of your body. You're just like a ghost. But it was just like seeing myself really looking in the mirror like flesh. But it's like if you were looking at me, and there's a bunch of times where I looked in the mirror and I just realized, and I was staring in the mirror for a good 2 to 3 minutes out of my body, and I realized I looked like this before almost every time I look in the mirror. I mean, I look exactly the same, but like I have a certain expression where if you were looking at me, my whole body would look totally tensed up, like totally tensed, almost scared, and my eyes are like huge, like a deer caught in a headlight, kind of, and like and as I'm kind of, and then it's like almost like a scared ass look on my face, and it's not because, well, sometimes it's not, well, sometimes I am I'm scared, but it's more like, how do I explain this? It's the feeling when you're out of your body, even though it feels the same, the frequency around you feels different. Like if you've been, I don't know how to explain this, but if you've been on a airplane and maybe the frequency feels different, higher, or if you just got in a different country and all of a sudden it just got super hot, or I don't know, maybe I don't know. When astronauts go outer space, does it feel different to them? I don't know, like a different frequency. And it just felt like a totally different frequency. Like imagine if like where you're sitting right now in your room with like the atmosphere, the feeling of the atmosphere around you just totally fucking changed into feeling something that's not in this world. Because it's some kind of frequency that's not in this world, it's in the spirit world. And I think that's why I look like that. Like every time I look in the mirror, my eyes look so big, my face looks scared almost, and it looks like my body is just tensed. I'm not really good at explaining this. So and I realized one of my last astral trips, it was a pretty cool one. I won't explain the whole thing. And I realized this this, what I'm about to say, from the first year, the first 6 months of astral projecting, that you know, you could come out of your body, and sometimes it's hard to move around, and then you might just feel like a change. And usually when I feel this change, it always looks like there could be a black light in the room. I don't know why. Like a purple tint. And when I mean a change, like it's like I'm moving faster. It feels like I'm more empowered, and I think that's a change of frequency. I don't know how to change the frequencies. I was talking to someone about that. Like if you change your frequency or raise your frequency, I don't even know how to do that. But I realize, you know, it happens randomly, and the more meditation I do, the more empowered I am, like on probably my next astral trip. You know, this morning I was feeling my astral body right in my fingertips and a little bit of my legs, and just for doing it for so long, and I feel that even when I'm not meditating, like I was in math class, and I thought like I came out of my body right then. Just I felt my whole astral body, and I kept trying to wiggle my toes, keep writing, just keep stretching, you know, so it doesn't happen in the middle of class. And so I don't know. I was gonna say something else. Oh, and I want to mention that astral projection, we call it AP or OBE, which stands for out of body experience. That and LD, which is lucid dreaming. I've said this before. I'm gonna say it. I'll say it again. Those are completely two different skill sets. They're nothing. Completely two different skill sets. Completely two different kind of type. Completely different types of meditation to learn this. To learn those skill sets. Like I'm on this internet post, and a lot of people think they're astral projecting, but they're just lucid dreaming. Like hey, when you astral project, you're always awake when you're doing it. Sometimes I do it with my eyes open, you know. You're always consciously awake. So you know you're not dreaming. It's nothing like a dream. You're totally consciously awake. You got to get in a really relaxed state, but you're very awake, and you really got to focus. Like I put on my last video of just the routine I was in when I learned it. Like, this is not something that came naturally or easy. And so people will ask, well then, if your body isn't, if you're awake, what is your physical body doing then? Isn't it asleep? No, not. I would say it more in a hypnotic state. And you know, astral projections where you're projecting your consciousness, soul, spirit, astral body, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know, same thing. And you're projecting it out of your physical self, and that's when you cross right over into the spirit realm. I have hard times. Well, yeah. Now I'm getting all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna stay on subject. Okay, so lucid dreaming, like I'm on this internet thing. I'm on this site, and in this I saw a post where, oh, I was astral projecting every night for 8 hours. And I'm thinking, no, you're probably lucid dreaming for 8 hours. Because if there's 24 hours in a day, and if there's 8, and if you're doing that for, most people sleep for like 8 hours. And if you, like, unless you're so damn experienced up to the hilt, and you're astral projecting for 8 hours, okay, when do you sleep? Do you work? And most people have stuff they gotta do in the day. Because, just, like, 8 hours out of your body is unheard of unless you're, like, that's just unheard of, I mean, earlier, I was only out of my body for a few minutes. My last experience, was maybe about 15 minutes. And the one before that, both of those 10 to 15 minutes. And in 30 minutes, I try to go as long as I can, but you'll start losing the energy that you build up. And it takes a lot of focus and vital energy that you got to tap into the source to accumulate that vital energy and spiritual astral energy. And if you're out of your body for an hour, that is a long time. The longest I was out was for about 3.5 hours, and that was very bad. That was not a good trip, because my intent was not to come back, and it was all bad. And anyway, so, oh yeah, and there is more comments. Well, there's this good way to get out of your body where you just go into lucid dreaming, and then from lucid dreaming you go into astral projection. I'm like, no, that's not true, because I have crazy dreams all the time. I have dreams that come true, but I'm like, no, you're just dreaming, that you're astral projecting. Because you're lucid dreaming. You're controlling it, I've had dreams where I'm astral projecting before, but I know I'm not astral projecting because I always wake up from the dreams, And and a bunch of people in there say that, and every time I see that, I always leave a comment saying you're completely wrong. This is why, blah blah blah. And so I can't lucid dream at will, but there's a lot of times where I recognize that I am dreaming, and so I tried that they said. I'm like, okay, I'm dreaming. Now let's astral project. So it just felt realistic, like, I just went from the lucid dream, and in the lucid dream, as I was controlling the dream, I just controlled myself to astral project. But that doesn't mean you're astral projecting. It means you're just lucid dreaming, controlling the dream to astral project. So that's not lucid dreaming. And when you take all that time to astral project, and meditate, and when you're astral projecting, that takes a lot of, you're awake, and a lot of times, especially in the beginning, I was so tired, wiped out after doing an OBE. Anyways, so lucid dreaming and astral projection are not the same thing at all. completely different. And I hate it when people try to twist the two because they're completely separate. 15 minutes? Shit. Okay.